Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we are going to be doing a mat class. This is going to be the last class in this series. So I thought I would combine all of my favourite mobilisation exercises, some nice core exercises for a general mat class. Okay, so you don't need any props today, just yourself and your mat. Okay, so we're going to start today in a quadruped position. So onto your mats, knees under hips, hands under shoulders, and take a nice deep breath in and exhale. Hollow the abdominals, round the spine, look through your knees. Inhale, reaching the tailbone up to the ceiling as you look up. Exhale. Stretching the spine, waking up the muscles along the spine, reaching those areas that feel a bit stuck, a bit stiff. And two more. Try to move evenly through the spine. Now come back to a neutral position. Hinge back further onto your hips. So your buttocks are more over your heels. And repeat. We inhale and exhale. Inhale. So focusing a little bit more on the lower spine. And exhale. And one more. Come down onto your mats now. Feet flat, hip distance apart. For assisted roll down, just lightly place the hands underneath the back of the knees. We sit tall, lengthen through the spine, and as you exhale, rolling down, so you're rounding the lower back until you feel your abdominals kick in. Inhale and exhale. Lengthen to come back. Exhale. So you're almost drawing, you're pulling the belly button into the spine as if you will place the spine onto the mat, but we're not reaching the mat. Exhale. We're waking up the abdominals, finding those deeper abdominals, relaxing your shoulders. Exhale. As we mobilize through the lower back. And lowering down and hold it there. And floating one arm and down and up and down. Asking the abdominals to work a little bit harder to hold us in that position. Keep your shoulders relaxed. The abs should be saying, yep, we're definitely on. And both arms, if you like, up and down and up and down. And one more. Lengthen to come up. And we're rolling all the way down onto our mats. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And you're down. Okay, I need to swivel round for the next one. So lying on your back, you, for this one, have your arms outstretched, long. You can have your feet on the mat, but for the next one, the lumbar rotation, I'll start off with the feet on the mat, so the knees swing to the right, inhaling, and exhale back to the centre. So your shoulders and arms stay completely still as you twist through the spine. So it's a lovely way to warm up the spine. You can have the legs in a tabletop position, knees together, and inhale to the sides and exhale for a more dynamic mobilization. Using your breath, inhale, exhale, draw the abdominals in as you return the knees to the center. You can look to the opposite direction than the knees. So knees to the right, look to the left. Two more each side. And one more. Back to the center. Lowering the legs, facing the front. Arms now straight, palms together. For book opening, knees stay glued together. And we inhale, and we're arcing the arms as we twist. Keep your knees glued together. Exhale, close. So the head and the neck follow with the movement. So you're looking round to the moving hand. You're following with your gaze. Inhale. Feeling this more in your mid-back. And maybe your shoulders. And one more. Lovely way to loosen the middle back. And place your hands behind your head. Over onto your other side. And palms together, arms straight. You can have your hands laced behind your head if you have any neck issues. You can do the same exercise. It has a slightly different focus with your elbows bent, but do what feels good for you today. If you need a bit more support for your neck, or if you want a little stronger stretch with the arms long. And two more. Keep the breathing. It's a mobilization rather than a stretch. And inhale. And back. Okay. Lovely. So back onto your backs for bridging. Arms by your side. I'm going to shimmy down. Heels to the buttocks, hip distance apart. Relax your shoulders, heavy chest. Imagine you have a heavy weight on your chest. So try and keep those ribs down rather than flaring as they can often want to do with this exercise. Okay, so the focus is the lengthening of the lower spine. Inhale and exhale. Lengthen the lower back into the mat and peel the tailbone off the mat. mat, reaching your knees towards the wall and keeping your body straight like a ski slope. Tucking the tailbone under so the pelvis is tucked under, squeezing those glutes and lifting your hips to the ceiling. Your shoulders are away from your ears. We take a deep breath into the lungs and exhale, sink the chest and peel the spine one vertebra at a time back onto the mat. Inhale, exhale, roll the spine like a wave, lengthening to lift. Really push down through the heels, so you're grounded through the heels. That will help access your hip extensors, which will open up the front of the hips. Exhale down. Inhale, exhale. Push through the heels. Exhale. Exhale, roll up. Hold it there, ground through the heels and float the arms up, and we're pumping the arms down and up and down. Squeeze the glutes and up and down. Lift the hips and up and down and up. And 2, lift the glutes, and 1, and down, squeeze, and exhale, lengthen down. Good. Just tuck the knees to your chest, and just rock from side to side, stretch that out. Now, place the knees into a tabletop position. Okay, reaching your fingers long, coming into the 100 now. So you can either have your knees in a tabletop position, which is rather there, not there. Okay, so we inhale and we exhale into our chest lift position. Legs can either stay at a tabletop position as we pump the arms, or they can come up. The lower the legs, the harder on the abdominals. So choose your level today. Okay, you can alter your level as we go along. We're going to do a few variations with this. So we're going to pump, inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. In, out. One leg comes up, out. Switch, out. Switch, out. Switch, out. Switch, out. Switch, out. Legs lower, out. 10 more, out. And bend the knees, hug the chest into the chest. Okay, waking up those abdominals even more. So what we're going to do now is place the feet on the mat. Okay, a bit more controlled exercise now. So we've fired up the abdominals with our breathing, with our hundreds. Now just tune in to the pelvis. The pelvis is like a clock face. We want the clock face to stay parallel to the floor. Okay, so place your fingertips onto the front of the pelvis. Okay, coming into bent knee, fall out. So inhale and drop the right knee out to the side, and exhale, bring it back in. to think about is keep breathing. Don't hold your breath. Try to keep that clock face still. That's the key with this. Just tuning into those smaller, deeper muscles as you move the right knee. Let's swap. Exhale, back in. So just keep a gauge on the static knee. Try and keep that still, and the pelvis stays level. Keep that clock face steady. And alternate, right knee drop, exhale center, left knee drop, exhale center, right knee drop. So switching, asking the muscles to coordinate as we move alternate knees. And last one. Okay, right knee now lengthen. And we're doing small circles. So lower and up, and lower and up. Keep the length through the spine, like you're drawing a circle on the wall. Change direction. 2. Bend in and swap legs. Lengthen and circle, circle. And change direction. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the leg back in. Stretch the right knee up, foot up to the ceiling, and circling now up to the ceiling. So larger circles, same control, different focus, more of a movement. So you might feel your pelvis is wanting to swivel a little, change direction, reduce the size of the circle if you feel you're losing that control of your clock face. And one more. Back in. Lengthen and circle. Round. Really drawing the abdominals in, keeping your shoulders relaxed. If you're feeling any clunking in the hip, just reduce the size of the circle, really drawing the belly button into the spine. Change direction. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Lovely. Okay, next, stretching your right leg up to the ceiling as you stretch your left leg down, and pointing the toes in this position. Then we're going to bend the knees as we bend the ankles. So simultaneously bending the knees and then stretch and point. Bending the knees. So bring the knee into your chest and then stretch. You'll feel your sciatic nerve. This is a mobilization, a floss of the nerve. So we point at the top and flex to pull in. And point. And flex. And point. And flex. And point. And flex. Swap sides. Stretch. stretch and flex. Note the difference on this side. It feels tighter or not quite as tight. Enjoying that stretch to the back of the leg. And one more. Good. Bring both knees into the chest. And we're going to roll like a ball. So we inhale. And exhale, dive the toes back into sitting. Keep the elbows wide. Inhale and exhale, rock back. Keep your head down, so look down to the abdominals to keep your spine in a nice round shape. And try it be as light as possible with the hands, so you're not doing all the work with the upper body. It's your abdominals, it's your core that is maintaining that round shape in the spine. And one more. Hug your right knee into the body and let's roll down onto your mat for single leg stretch. Elbows wide, stay in a chest lift position. We inhale for 2, in, exhale. So inhale and exhale. So you're pulsing for 2, exhale. And exhale, exhale, and in, and exhale. And quick, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold. And 1, 2, 3, 4, hold. Hug the knees into the head into the knees for double leg stretch. Reach tall, arms long, and stretch into a ball. You can lower the body and the head if the neck is giving you any grief. Stretch, circle, and stretch and circle. Lowering the head down, stretch one leg up for our scissors, holding above the knee. And you can have the head down for this one if you want, or you can be in a chest lift position. Okay, so choose your level. We hug the leg for 2, 1, 2, and stretch 1, 2. So you're really pulling the leg towards you each time, a little bit closer. Lengthen the legs, reaching the toes. Inhale and exhale. 2 more. And last one. Bend the knees and lowering down. Hands behind your head for crisscross. Again, you can have your knees, your feet on the floor for this one. I'll start off showing you in this position. So we inhale and exhale, opposite shoulders to the knee, and then back down. So you're rotating the rib cage to turn to the opposite knee. In a tabletop position, we stretch as we turn. So you're turning to the right as you stretch the left leg. Keep the control nice and slow. Support the head. Really trying to get that twist. Get those obliques working. And exhale. 2 more each side. And twist. Center. And last one. Well done. And lower down. And roll onto your front. Okay. Let's now do some extension work. Hands underneath your shoulders, toes long, relax the legs. Just in this position, just give your hips a bit of a wiggle side to side, just relaxing those hips. If it feels that you have a lot of space between the mat and your hips, it can often be that you're tight to those hip flexors, although hopefully not as tight after our bridging. Okay, and settle back into the centre. So as we inhale, we're looking forwards beyond our mat, lengthen the neck, reaching through the crown of the head and opening the hands. So you're pushing your hands, almost like you're pushing the mat away from you as you lift up into extension. Just up to the rib cage and exhale down. So it's just focusing on the upper spine. Really think of reaching the neck long and opening the chest. Shining that medallion or diamante necklace, whatever takes your fancy. Opening through the collarbones. So you're widening through the collarbones, opening the chest, feeling that stretch to the chest and the upper back. You should be feeling this in your lower back. If you are, don't come up quite so high, and then lower down. Now we inhale back to the base of our ribs and exhale, lengthen the tailbone, draw the ribs down to the pelvis and come up into full extension, or as far as you feel you can lengthen today. Inhale, up, exhale, push. So you'll really think of drawing those ribs down so you're not sinking into the lower back. Inhale and exhale, push the mat away. Shoulders away from the elbows and the ears. And one more. And exhale. Palms facing up to the ceiling. Into now the dart. So we are inhaling back into our extension, and now reaching your palms up to the ceiling, squeezing your shoulder blades together as we pump the arms for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then lower down. Inhale and squeeze and lift. 2, 3, 4, 5. Waking up our scapular stabilizers, our posture muscles. 5. And up. 2, 3, your knee, just stretching out your quads now. If your knee so stretching, pushing your hip into the mat and feeling the stretch along the front of the thigh. If you can't reach for your foot, you might want to reach for your sock or your legging. Just feeling that stretch. It's a lovely stretch along the front of the thigh. Pushing the ASIS bone into the mat. And then relax. And then other side. That's it, pushing the front of the hip down and into the mat. And release. Coming on to the side of your body now, facing the front. Just support your head with your arm and stretching, stacking your spine and stretching your top leg long, coming into side kick. Okay, so we are trying to keep the spine completely still. Try not to rotate the pelvis, just moving from the hips as we kick to the front and point to the back. Kick to the front and point to the back. Coming into our side lying series, waking up those deep hip stabilizers. So feeling the work coming from the buttock. You might want to keep your hand at the front, or even sometimes I find keeping your hand in your spine will prevent you doing too much with your back. Back into the center, circling, so drawing a circle. Imagine you have a laser beam shooting from your heel. You're drawing that circle, tracing it on the wall. And change direction. Starting to feel the leg maybe getting a little bit heavy. And 4, 5. Now we're going up, up. Reach with the heel. 4, 5. And now turning the foot out to the side for a dancer's exercise called développé. If anyone's done ballet, we come up, we bend the knee, we have the lower leg straight for this, and we slide the heel down the inside of the leg. So we point up, we flex, we bring our heel to our hip and slide our heel down the leg. Up, flex, in, down. Up, flex, in, down. Up, flex, in, down. And 1, 2, 3. Last one. Good. Coming onto the side, swivel the legs and onto your other side. Okay, you can have your lower leg bent, or you can have the lower leg straight depending on how much of a balance challenge you want. I'll try with my legs straight for this side. So we're going to bring the leg forwards and back. It's a lot more challenging. So you won't be able to bring the leg quite as far. And 3. Sliding the leg, imagine you're polishing a table. Swinging the leg forwards and backwards. And back. Heel long. Reach with the heel for circles. Nice round circles the size of a dinner plate. How does this side compare? Really feeling those lower glutes working hard. And change direction. 5. And into hip abduction. 1, 2, 3, 4. And straighten the lower leg. And turn the upper leg, turn the foot out. And we reach up. We flex the ankle. We bend the knee. And we slide the heel all the way down the leg. We point the leg, point the toes, flex the ankle, bend and slide. Point up, flex. Point up, flex. Point up, flex. Point up, flex. Point up and flex. Lovely. Come over onto to this position for mermaid. Okay, so legs in a Z sit position, or you can kneel if you have any issues with your hips. Hand onto the mat. We reach up. Try to sit those sitting bones down as we stretch and arc over. And over. Reach and over. Thinking of the spine, side bending. And over. Swivel the legs. Reach up and over. How does this position feel? Are those sit bones still in contact with the mat, or is one lifted? This is a challenging exercise. And one more. And we're coming to the end, so we are coming back onto our 4-point kneeling. Tuck your toes under and walking your hands towards your feet. Inhale and exhale. Roll up into standing. And I've run out of time again. Oh, to have our 1 hour classes back. Sorry guys to cut it short, but I hope you enjoyed today's class. I look forward to seeing you. Have a lovely half term. I will see you after half term. I'll send you an email about the plan for next term. Okay, thanks everyone. Bye bye.